Hello! That's a creepy music, I'm sorry. Let's switch it to something different. How's it going with you, boo-boo? Hope you're having a good weekend so far. I am, thank you. I hope you are too. My sister is moving in, that's why I'm a bit late, I apologize. I was helping her and her boyfriend with all the stuff. So I'm a bit beat up. You know, lots of furniture moving, lots of clothes. You wouldn't believe how many clothes women have. It's like, you know what, I don't want to get cancelled so early in the stream, so I'm just gonna say that I fully respect and understand women and their clothing options. How's it going, Hungel? Hungel! Oh my god, why am I messing up your name so much? Humble! Hope today is treating you well. It is, it is. I had badminton in the morning. It was a very, very vigorous session where I almost freaking... Oh, it was so hot. I thought I would die there, but I left everything on the field and I did actually play quite well, so I'm happy. How's it going, P-Fund, Mr. Taxman? Oops, fatal error after I did my bracelet thing. Trying to debug me character. How long does that does about last? If you want, I can teleport you to it, depending on where it is. Can definitely help you out with that. But I think it lasts about like 5-10 minutes at least. I left it on the field, I did it! I hate moving, it's so cursed. I just moved 3 weeks ago and I feel that, yeah, moving is a very exhausting experience, both physically and mentally, but when everything kind of settles, you know, when the dust settles, and there is a lot of dust when one moves things from one room to another and stuff, or from one house to another, but I'm excited, you know, to have my sister around. She promised my grandpa one day that I would take care of her and I would help her out. She's 22, you know, she's gonna have her first, like, super duper proper job, and it's time for her to leave my parents because they are retiring and they had enough when it comes to dealing with teenagers. Well, she's not really a teenager, but she acts like that sometimes, so now it's my turn to be patronizing asshole. Should be fine, yeah. Is she now a baker apprentice? I think the official term is pastry chef, but yeah, she will have an interview very soon. She already has like a few jobs lined up, so that's very exciting. I guess you could say, it's not a real baker, she's not like gonna be like baking bread, but you know, in pastries, yes, she's definitely gonna be making some for science. Just remember, P-Fund, pastries are temporary. The God Almighty is eternal. And to get into character, okay? You'll be fasting very well then. Sorry, feasting very well then. See, I'm already in character. Well, that's the thing, I also like to fast, and I also like to, you know, count my calories and be very specific about the things I eat. So, not really. And my sister is a vegetarian, so we're kind of a shitty family to cook for. Alright, let me warp into the church, and let's start this thing. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your weekend has been awesome so far. I am here once again, about to bring you some crazy bishop man trying to refuse all the good foods of Ravenwood. That's essentially what the RP kind of boils down to these days. Alright, let me adjust the stance. You know the drill. Upper, torso, whoop, whoop, and whoop. Was hilarious. Russian, the one playing Roslyn, sent me screenshots of me. Well, on the Discord, posted screenshots of my character just like towering over her boobs, like this. It does look like it. He's like trying to like focus, zoom in on the rack. I was supposed to see Stevie Nicks tonight in Glasgow, but she cancelled her concert sadly. Oh wow! Are you from Glasgow? Are you a Scottish person? That's freaking awesome. Or are you just, you know, traveling? Ready for the RP drama? Heck yeah! Well, I'm sorry that your concert got cancelled. You're Scottish, that's awesome! You guys have a very intense accent, and I very much approve. One day I might show you my Scottish accent, you know?
Okay.
Like, that'll do, donkey! That's all I know. I'm sorry. This is why I don't have any friends from other countries, because I'm a big, meanie racist. Alright. Let's do this. Ogling the goods. I wouldn't say ogling, I would say verifying that the merchandise is of top-notch quality, okay? Please, honestly my accent isn't very thick from years of watering it down online for Americans. Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, Americans, they might, like, you know, be more receptive to the things you say, but us Europeans, whenever someone, like, uses a thick accent, I am just completely lost. It's like, even like British English is just too much for me. My friend Solitary, who's a Geordie, she has, like, an amazing accent, but sometimes I'm just like, it's like trying to study art, you know? I have no idea what's going on. It's definitely pretty, but I don't understand what it means. But I definitely adore it. I wish my accent was as cool as some of these accents are. But yes, you definitely need to RP with us so I can hear it. You're Scottish. There's not nearly enough of it in the Conan RP community. What do we have here? I'll listen to people's accents, like Southern American is giving to. Yeah. Yeehaw, partner. See, I know all the accents. It's very dark today. Pay the price. Let's get some vitality in. Let's go check out Ravenwood. So today I worked on introducing the new mechanic similar to the Season 1 bridge battles, where we have like organized, scripted little skirmishes. I'm curious to see if someone's gonna try it. I would definitely love some feedback. There it is.
The indulgence of the pastries of yesterday if you want to change.
Oh no. I'm way too active for a couple donuts to do anything like that.
Blessings, your radiance.
Blessings upon you, children. Good evening.
Oh, listen, me.
Your
Good
Excellence.
evening, Your Holiness.
I have been meaning to talk to you for a very long time.
Is that so?
I
Mhm.
meant to ask you something too.
Oh, you can talk to Sir
I
Maximilian.
think
first.
she needs to confess, Your Excellence.
I
That's
see.
what I was about to ask. If you're taking confections today, it's been a week since my
Confections?
last confession.
But of course. Let us get straight to the point and follow me to the chapel. Unless, of course, the Ravenwood is on fire, Kale, and something different requires my attention.
Oh, no, just, this Lady Alice here reads a lot of books, and I'm still smaller than she is.
I see. Very well then,
You
why don't you two follow me?
Yeah.
We'll
Yes.
make sure that the sins burdening your souls are taken care of.
Oh, ready to test my skills.
Stormy. Confection does mean sweets, right? Or like basically
I
like
assume getting your
dessert.
back straight, Your Holiness.
Yes, my bag has been feeling better. Thank you. Still looks the same. Must be bugged in his eyes.
I
Have you
take it.
been- Sorry.
I take it that you still fasting.
Yes, indeed. My penance is still on the table, unlike all the food that the lovely people of Ravenwood keep constantly reminding me that I should be eating. I
I
apologize
just
for...
want you to be strong.
I know. And I apologize for my irritability. As far as I understand, that is one of the symptoms of my current lack of food intake. So, why don't you two decide who wants to go first, and I'll make sure to get ready.
You've been waiting for the longest time. Maybe you should confess.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'll wait here.
Okay.
Oh boy. How you doing, Stormy? Hope you're well. Alright.
Do you want me to close this door, Bishop?
Yes, please, my child. Just to make sure we have all the privacy.
Of course.
Let us begin. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. What sins do you wish to confess today? My child, the Lord knows your struggles and sins. What have you done does not define you, but how you seek redemption does. And you can only find it out if you confess.
Okay. We're gonna be here for a minute. Get comfy.
I have all the time in the world, my child. Tell me what's troubling you.
The last thing I confessed. Let's see here.
It's too hot, yeah, it truly is. I bought a very nice new fan that is whisper quiet and it's still
Let's
providing
see.
like very nice breeze, so I'm very happy with that.
Right. Okay, we'll start with this one. I have a really big confession, and I haven't been able to speak to you about it for a long time.
But of course, my
And,
child, I am here, paying attention and
scared.
listening. You don't have to be scared. There is nothing that you could have done that would terrify me. The God already knows all.
Okay. The day Rainey's realized that she was a curse blood, and she was brought into the prison. Long story short, I knew she had a key. And I didn't say anything. I knew that she was going to be able to get out of that cell when she figured it out. I didn't tell her to do it, but I didn't tell anybody to search her either.
That is a serious, serious matter. It must have taken a lot of courage for you to confess.
The outcome still came out the same, regardless.
That is because the God already made his judgment. And when God makes a decision, there is no coming back. It was her time, regardless of what you would have done. Her chapter was already written eons ago. She was simply playing her part, as you did.
that same day, after everything was said and done, I went to the Grand Custodian expecting, I don't know, a shoulder to cry on, I suppose. And I opened the office to the door to his office, and instead I saw him embracing Melody.
Melody? Ooh, juicy. That's Humble's character, right?
I don't know why it hurt so bad. I don't know. But there was a part of me that when I resigned from his side, I told him it was because I didn't want the people that I care about coming out as Curse Bloods, and the only reason they were getting close to me was because they were trying to manipulate me or get information from me or that sort of thing. But there was another part of me that just felt that Melody would be better at his side than me.
They say that life is all about compromises, my child. But I like to think that life is all about sacrifices. A true sacrifice is the best thing that displays your character and what you're capable of as a human being. If what you say is true, and if your intentions were honest, then you have nothing to apologize for. The Grand Custodian has many responsibilities, many duties to take care of, but so do you. Some of them might overlap, but what cannot happen is one side seeing themselves as a burden or perhaps as a potential threat to the opposing side. If you deem that your services would no longer be contributing to his, and if perhaps they would even become a threat, then you made the necessary sacrifice. But I can also sense that there was more to it, and that perhaps, after everything that happened, you may have expected more from him that he already offered to someone else. Am I correct?
I don't know. No, I don't know. He's, I don't know, impressive, I suppose. But I told myself that I came to Ravenwood to get away from that small-minded thinking that women are nothing more than child-rearing cows. I can do better. I can be more than that. I refuse to let something so trivial.
My child, your life is a miracle. No matter what gender, sex, preferences, those things do not define you. Yes, there might be societal norms in Ravenwood. There might be expectations. But God made sure that He provided all His children with enough potential and with the capacity for faith, not just in Him, but also in themselves. And when one has faith in their own abilities, when one focuses the strength of their character to develop skills and become excellent at anything they want to do, then anyone can achieve nothing short of miracles, whether they are a man or a woman or a cow. You must find solace in the fact that we are all God's children. Your parents might have a plan for you. You might have a plan for you. But God has a plan for us all. You simply need to figure out what it is.
I Well, you know what? We'll leave that to the end. Okay.
Lots of anger. What is next
Flip
on
through
your
here.
extensive list?
Um.
Nothing much. What's up with you? Doing good.
Um.
Chilling, having a confession.
All right. The guard that works in the library.
Oh boy. Yes.
The guard in the library. I have watched him ever since I resigned from the Grand Custodian's side. I have watched him accept bribes from people, let them up into the restricted section multiple times, and say nothing.
And why
I
did you never say anything?
No. I said things, and I also kicked his butt multiple times to go tell Inquisitors that there was somebody in there. In fact, this one thing that I wrote about on this page was specifically about Ron. Sauntered in past me, making small talk, paid off the guard, and went into the restricted section. I'm going to start keeping note of everyone I see going into the restricted section. Already today started off with 2 mages holding me hostage, and I could have swore one sounded like Casimir, but I can't be certain. I've already discussed that with somebody. Actually, I told Miss Hexhunt, and then that very night was the night that she went missing, and that whole thing happened. Oh, that's another thing, but that's a couple pages from now. Anyways.
Wow.
Yes, I hate him. I hate that guard. I hate everything he stands for. He is a treasonous leech. Or he's not paid enough, I don't know.
Those are some serious accusations, my child, and very strong emotions you feel towards him. They might be justified, but you must find it in your heart to forgive him, and to find proper channels to escalate this issue with someone who can make a difference.
Yeah, I did mention it to the prince last night after I had enough evidence to go off of that he was doing these things. A lot of the names that I have in this book are more so just I don't have enough evidence for it, or I didn't necessarily see it happen, or that kind of thing, so I won't even pester you with names. But
I understand. You're building up a case, and you don't want to come across as someone who is just pointing fingers without any sort of substance, and that is very much appreciated. However, it does sound to me like you are a diligent person. You write these reports, you notice, and you do bring these things up with the appropriate people. You have done all you could have in your position. However, I can still sense that there is more you want to do, more you want to achieve. And it does seem like there is something stopping you from that. What do you think it might be? Would you like to take matters into your own hands?
no, I suppose it's more just a... I don't... What if I'm wrong? Who am I to say if people deserve anything? If they deserve punishment, if they don't deserve punishment? What if it's the wrong name? I'm confident that I can say the name Casimir because he's already been proven. But the other names, I don't know. If I were to say any of these names, what if I'm wrong? What if they burn because of me?
The true nature of things often gets revealed when it's too late. Sometimes we may never know what the truth was. And we are forced to simply accept the fact that we are powerless and ignorant. But that doesn't mean we should stop trying. That doesn't mean that we should give up. We are not powerless, and we are not alone. There are those in similar positions, such as yourself, and there is one entity that always watches over you, that already knows everything that is about to happen, even before it happens.
I know you talk to a lot of people. I don't know if you remember my last confession when I told you about the prince's parents on spikes.
I do remember.
I finally spoke to him. I actually, I'm just gonna read the whole entry.
Oh boy.
It's not a long one, I promise.
That is quite alright.
Alright.
The devil is in the
prince
detail,
doesn't-
as they say.
The prince doesn't want to talk about the spikes on his porch holding his dead parents. Fine. I'm writing this entry in his parents' periphery. If I'm going to be his assistant, I'm going to sit here and get used to them. I stammered over my words and tried to explain that he doesn't need to do this. He can choose forgiveness. God gives him free will to choose. Instead, he chooses eternal suffering. Well, I refuse to let him suffer alone. Let not the weight of memories consume you, for it is forgiveness that true healing begins. I will be here for him. I will understand his reasoning. I will stand beside every choice he makes. The Almighty knows my hurt.
Wise words. Have you shared this with the prince? Or have you simply written it
Absolutely
down?
not. Absolutely not. And I want to state that, the prince is a very words.
Passionate and in a difficult position.
He's yes. And I'm not interested in, like I said, that kind of thing, but he needs somebody in his corner.
I can promise you that he has his advisors who take good care of him, who try their best to help him share the burden of leadership. However, I must also acknowledge truth in your words. There is someone missing in his corner that would help him bear this amount of responsibilities that no single person should ever be forced to bear. The prince is going through a lot of different trials. The people of Ravenwood expect a lot from him. However, it is my hope that eventually the situation will ease and his duties will no longer be as demanding. When the war against the Cursebloods will finally end, and when all of them will perish, it is my hope that he will finally enjoy the fruits of his labor.
Actually, I'll get through this one final entry.
Of course, continue.
um, I told, oh no.
What's wrong?
I told Inquisitor Arthur about the key, that I saw the key, that I knew that she had the key to the jail cell that she was in. God forgive me. I had so much to say about Gaspar and all of them about being oath breakers and that they deserve to be punished. And I also deserve to be punished. And I told somebody, but I don't even know if it's worth acknowledging anymore. She's dead now. She died a horrific death. Maybe she would have been granted the mercy that she was told that she would if she didn't run. If I took that key from her. I told somebody that I knew, and he kept my secret.
Secrets are a heavy burden to bear, almost like the crown of the prince. One can only find comfort if those secrets get resolved or if they are shared with others. Some secrets are too powerful. They shouldn't be weighing you down for too long, otherwise your mind can become twisted and suffer because of it. You have done well for trying to share them with others, and with me here in this confessional booth. I should repeat that there is solace in knowing that the God already knows all, and that you have nothing to hide. But I can see that you are a passionate person. You seek justice. You try to find meaning in whatever happens, reason, but there may not be one to find. What happened to your friend was a tragedy, and I know that this will not be something that you would like to hear, but she was eventually provided mercy. Her soul was cleansed, as she herself acknowledged in the end.
I know. I've sat with it a long time. Felt bad for her, felt bad for myself long enough.
You shouldn't. You have done all you could. And even though things could have ended up differently because of your actions, they did not. Everything eventually went as it was supposed to. The God already had planned for her, and for you. There is nothing else to analyze about the situation. What is done is done. You need to find strength, my child, to move on. Otherwise, it will hold you down. You need to find enough strength to let go and focus on the future. Because there is future to be had, to enjoy. Many other friends to meet and to help them. You're a smart person. There is one thing that I know about you. You need to put this skill where it can be helpful. Things may not have worked out with the custodian, but I'm sure that there will be others you can inspire.
Right. That brings me back to the prince. I don't know if this really needs a confession per se, and you're a busy man. And I kind of already talked to Sister Desiree about it a little bit, but I...
Wait, there's a confession going on.
that's right.
Have you seen the warden?
You know, I.
No.
Hmm.
Maybe she's back at the prison then.
Alright, let's check on it.
Okay. Maybe I'll inform the bishop and come running across.
I think that's all the confessions for today, Bishop.
Are you sure, my child? Just know that I'm always here, every day. And if there is more, I will gladly be here for you. No matter how long it takes. No matter if you find solace or any kind of use in these confessions. There is still some value in sharing the burdens that you have experienced.
There is one other thing. I was held hostage by, I believe, 5 Curse Bloods in the library the other night.
Oh boy.
And I gave them information, terrible information. They said that if I gave them good enough information that they would let me live.
And what did you tell them?
I told them of the office inside the Grand Custodian's office.
Ooh.
The you know, the one that...
I understand what you mean. It is
They told me that if it wasn't... They told me if it wasn't good information that they would come back and they would kill me.
You have done all that you could to save your life so that you could better serve God in the future. You cannot be a good servant of the church if you are dead. These Cursebloods are at fault here, not you. They put you into a position where you had no other choice but to protect yourself and your loved ones that care about you. Yes, the safety of Ravenwood might be at stake, but we have many Inquisitors, many guardians of this town who will make sure that these Cursebloods will be taken care of. However,
As soon as it happened, I ran into town and I told one of the White Cloaks what happened, and I told Evelyn, I told Von Strauss because I know that she has access to that area, and yesterday I brought the prince down and I told him everything, but I still feel so guilty.
I understand, and the feeling is completely natural, my child. However, these trials, some of them have no solution. Some of them have no winning condition. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to just survive. And you have done all you could have. What matters next, my child, is how you continue, how you proceed. Use this experience to fuel your resolve to better serve God and people around you. Use this as a penance to become stronger.
I have been trying. I picked up a sword and started practicing fighting.
That is good. And the God acknowledges your attempts to better yourself. And He will forgive you, as long as you forgive yourself.
I believe somebody wants your attention.
Of course. But right now, my child, your attention is the most important to me, the most important thing to me in this world. But all I can really say is pray fervently, seek the Lord's forgiveness, and strive to walk in His light. Let your actions henceforth reflect His love and mercy.
Thank you, Bishop.
You are forgiven. Go now, and be at peace. Ooh. Alright, let me check.
Why are you in here?
I have some business with the bishop.
But of course. Lead the way. Do not worry, my child. He knows that whatever was said here is a matter of privacy and discretion. He is the member of the church after all.
Is he?
And he wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. My apologies, my child. An important matter came up. Perhaps you should come with us, and when it gets resolved.
It's quite alright, Bishop. That's why I let him pass and didn't stop him.
Von Strauss, anything I can help with?
Greetings, Herr Bishop. I am just looking for Dr. Kaiden, excuse me.
Have you tried the clinic?
I have. He's not elsewhere in town, so this is the last place for me to check.
The doctor said he retired for a few hours.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Alright, Gale, lead the way and tell me. What's on the agenda?
I do believe we have someone who's been in prison for some time.
Is that so? What are the charges?
I'm not sure, I've just been made aware of it. I imagine witchcraft.
I see. In that case, this should be a quick thing to resolve.
I'm assuming von Strauss knew about it, but it appears that she neglected to tell him.
That is indeed strange. That was a long one. It was
Let me
good
just check
to
if
me.
it's this one or the other one.
Has the Grand Custodian been made aware of this?
I have not seen or heard from him.
I have not
I
seen
do
him
believe
in ages.
I do believe it must be the larger prison.
Very well then.
Do you have the keys for it, Bishop?
I did know about Damien, but there might be someone else. I do not. I do not have the keys to the prison. Von Strauss does, and the
Thank you.
custodian.
I thought she given keys to all the nobles, but it's better ask her before we go and try there and hit our heads on the door.
That is a good point. Could you perhaps see if you can find her and bring her to us? We'll wait at the gate.
As you wish.
Understood.
Blessings, children.
Good to see you, Bishop.
Hello, hello.
Greetings.
Привет. Oh, well, no, thank you for the information. I have to be in a thought for a moment, so forgive me. I'm going to tend to my horse while I do so.
Kale, let us wait here. I told Mr. Wayne to fetch von Strauss. We might require the key.
Very well.
How are you today, Bishop?
It is a good day to serve the Lord Almighty, wouldn't you say?
Very
Indeed.
much so.
And I am glad to hear that you two are in good spirits.
As good as we can.
That is good. So, what is on your agenda for today?
We're unsure, actually. We're about to go try to find something to do, but we're unsure what to do.
Something always comes up. For this life is filled with surprises. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and he has a plan for us all. What do you think is his plan for you two?
It's a good question.
That is a good question. He has not. At the moment, I feel like the main thing he's helping try to guide me to do is find my twin, but other than that, I am unsure actually.
Are you looking for someone specifically?
Yeah, my twin.
Your twin?
Yes.
Perhaps Miss Alice here can help you. She,
What? Sorry?
Miss Alice here keeps extensive records of pretty much everyone in Ravenwood. Perhaps she might be aware of the person you are looking for.
I believe I might have spoken to her about.
And?
He's still in the. We're still trying to. Still in the middle of trying to look for him. We had last seen him when we were traveling back here to Ravenwood. So.
I see.
You know what I'd like to do?
Well, I truly hope that he will be found and you two will be reunited.
Hunt down the rest of Damien's,
I hope so too.
Your Holiness, I cannot find her all over the city.
That is a shame.
I'll be right back one moment.
In that case, I will find another way to enter the prison.
Well, should I bring the axe or the hammer?
Yes, we might need it. Farewell, children. I shall return shortly.
He's
looking for a
my
man.
brother.
The name of Caden.
Yeah, what is that? Heading over now, but we don't have the keys.
Fear not. We will make our way in, no matter what. The God's soldiers will not be stopped from ensuring justice was done on this day.
I could not find her, so...
Let us go.
Would you like more company or not?
But of course, anyone is welcome to witness this.
Okay, I'll go get my sister then.
I was sparring with her yesterday, and she's quite useful with a bow.
I see. The little one.
Surprised me as well.
There is stairs that I believe von Strauss built on the left.
Ah, thank you.
It's better for you not to dirty your beautiful robes
Yes,
by climbing.
indeed. I do not have any spare ones after my original one was stolen. It would truly be a shame.
Oh, she's over there, I believe.
Wonderful.
Wait,
Ambitious.
where are you
He's
running?
run-
Get back here.
Blessings upon you.
Someone's running.
We looked around and von Strauss went in and said she had no records of a prisoner. And I said,
Run.
Strauss should be in here.
Oh, in we all go, I guess.
Hello?
Take me upstairs.
Yes.
Mind your head.
Your head.
There is no prisoner in here, I can assure you.
Next time you call upon the elevator, please provide a warning to the person standing on the receiving end. tried to dodge, I couldn't. Wasn't fast enough.
I'll wait for the next trip.
Yeah.
Probably
hopefully
smart.
we'll be late.
Just don't wait on the platform.
No,
What-
not
what?
gonna do that.
He said wait on the platform.
No, this is the
No,
this is the
Have a
this is
shop.
the no. This is the no.
What is it?
Bad.
I can assure you we have no prisoner
that
here.
picky.
I just checked the records. No inquisitor filled out a log. All the cells are empty.
Then why was I informed that there is a prisoner waiting for a trial?
That's what I was told. One of
you
the guards
sure
came and
you-
told me maybe it's the other one in the end. Let me have a think.
Alright.
Very well, we shall wait before this bureaucratic matter gets resolved. I do not mind a nice brisk walk into the prison.
Of course.
Yeah,
Would you
I believe-
please excuse me for just a moment? I'll be right back.
Of course, of course.
Right.
Take your time.
What
I
are
just
you
wanna-
doing, Alice?
All hail the God Almighty, for he will one day embrace us in high heavens.
I just
Amen,
want
hallelujah.
to check my mailbox, make sure
Amen.
that no one left a record there. And sometimes people tend to do those
Alright.
silly things.
Bishop, actually, that Ron was just here and he fled as soon as he saw you.
Is that so?
Yes, he was trying to get into the jail for some reason.
Well, he can run away from me, but he cannot run away from God's justice. It will catch up with
It was
him.
rather peculiar. Oh, the prison, rather. He's trying to get into the prison.
Why?
I don't know. He wouldn't elaborate other than he wants to know what the new renovations have been like.
Well, if he seeks to
Is
see the
the-
insides of the prison, I will be happy to oblige him. Perhaps one of the cells could be named after him. Hello, Soda.
Is this Ron a bald man?
Yes, Ron's a bold man. He looks a bit like a raisin.
Ah, he's small. Well, he was skulking around the church while you were giving confession to Alice, Bishop.
I see. Perhaps he was simply waiting his turn. He often seeks my company in the confessional booth. It's like a raisin.
Oh, I see. He has many sins that he wishes to be forgiven.
I cannot confirm or deny that, for it is a
I-
secret.
I was just stating my opinion, not asking for a confirmation, Bishop.
Of course. I'm just making sure that I must remain quiet about the nature of the confessions, no matter who they might be about.
You know, he gave me a
I'll
love letter
never-
yesterday.
Is that so?
My.
Yeah, he
When
gave
is
me
the
a
wedding?
rose and a love letter.
When is the wedding?
You are a beautiful.
I want to make
lady,
sure
so
I
can
will-
understand that.
I will prepare a nice
the love
speech.
letter.
Oh,
The
congratulations.
love letter said, "I hope you prick your finger on one of the thorns."
Unorthodox, but in a way romantic.
No.
So it is definitely a no.
Definitely a no.
No speech.
Nah.
No wedding cake.
If any speech, you may want to prepare a speech for his funeral.
Well, I always carry two, just in case. You never know with weddings.
She didn't say
I
no to
could
no
be-
cake.
It could turn into a red wedding, that's for sure.
My apologies, child. What did you say?
Oh, she didn't say no to cake, so
So I can make a cake for you if you want me.
I don't think
For
that's
me?
necessary. It
I would
would
love
be
cake.
inappropriate to have a cake outside of such a joyous occasion.
You know, I kind of think it's gonna be harder to reform Ron than get rid of the witches.
Nothing is impossible when God is involved.
Does anybody recognize that person down there? They've just been standing up down there.
The one with the pitchfork.
Yes.
Well, let us dispatch one of us to go talk to him. Perhaps he has a reason to be here. outside of just
I'll
curiosity.
go, Bishop.
Thank you. How have you been, sister? Anything to report about our congregation?
Well, something happened in the church yesterday.
Is that so?
Yes, an evil darkness. And then something that you could not see was knocking people over.
Ah, interesting. Perhaps it was the divine spirit reminding everyone
Good
of the
man.
fact
I'll
that the
get
God
my
is among
food
us.
today.
Oh no, this was something pure evil.
I see.
I
Oh, no particular reason. I just want to
Well,
The wicked wind.
Yes,
potential
we,
witch burn.
well, we should talk to the farmer.
So you
I
will
see.
come.
He
want
has
to
an
open
eyewitness
us
of
to
what we believe it
this
is.
trial or this miscarriage.
You mean the dark
hello, Miss Gaming
entity?
Hero.
Indeed.
Yes, the
It's a
one that
field
looks
trip
like
to the
the
zoo or
skin
something. It
is
does look like it.
peeling
We're like waiting, you know,
Be more
to
close.
freaking enter.
His Holiness.
Collecting the pocket money and
Well, you probably don't
making
recognize
sure everyone visited the bathroom, you know, before.
right now.
Well,
Yes,
be that
we
as it
should pay
may,
attention to the farmer
You
when
are
we
what?
can.
be that as it may, this evil, malevolent force found no time to reside in my church, for the
What do you
great
mean?
forces of good were too strong for it to remain.
I
Well, it's probably
good sister Desiree recited the Lord's Prayer, which I believe sent it packing.
probably wear armor similar to the style of
Wonderful display of faith, good
Oh.
sister. I am glad that in my absence you managed to provide spiritual guidance and protection
I'm just wearing
No,
this
the-
outfit
to my
and
congregation.
trying to do
You're doing the
a
Lord's
to
work.
attack me.
Ah, I see.
Take them out.
Speaking of, there is
Helping
another
Mr. Gardner
matter of
farm.
malevolent evil forces potentially
I
sieging
see,
the
I
church
see,
soon.
I see.
Miss
Pardon
Bauer
for not recognizing
promised
your-
to provide
your,
some fresh food for our
expertise. Did you
congregation
receive some
and the church.
dirt
I
on you?
made sure to inform her that this matter should be resolved with you and that I should be as far from this transaction as possible.
But it's
For
probably
numerous reasons,
Oh,
of
oh,
course.
you
I
wouldn't
have
recognize
other
it.
important things to handle.
well, we wouldn't want the curse words.
So if she seeks someone to
Yeah.
accept
That's
food from the bakery
I'll just
to
allow
be
it.
distributed to the poor and to our mighty soldiers and inquisitors, make sure it is being handed over fairly to anyone who is hungry.
Do you
I
wish me to
shall.
tell the bishop
Thank
that
you.
is you?
And what of the gift?
I don't mind.
They're gifts
My
for
Lord
you.
Bishop, I think this has been a ploy by one of the guards to get us away from the restricted section.
Of course. We should have known. How could we be so blind? Lord Almighty, why are you testing us in this hour of need? We have failed you, and I must repent. No water or no food for me on this day. Let us go.
Your Holiness, that person over there is one of the brothers.
Brothers.
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe that's Brother Ronan. As they were in there changing.
I see.
Yes. He's taking a disguise.
She likes to do that.
Oh, okay.
All hail Prince Baylor.
Like to speak to him later.
Of
All
Ravenwood.
hail, for he approaches us in this time of need, when we were bamboozled by our enemy most foul. Good prince, it has come to my attention that there is no prisoner waiting for us to pass judgment upon them. This was nothing but a cruel ploy to force us to come here so that the Cursebloods can have free access to the restricted section over at the library. Oh,
My apologies.
Thank you.
I will tell these bars to behave forthwith.
At any rate, it is good that you have come here to scold us, for we do deserve it.
Yes, I'm glad that a large party had to come over here to
Wrong
find out
place
there
at the
was no
wrong
prisoners.
time.
I merely came here to
Fucking door.
inspect the new prison, as I was being told there was renovations done.
I see.
But
I'm gonna go
clearly,
check.
since we have so many of us, we could return to the walls and potentially, well, that's already been checked now by Victoria, but to protect the library as well in case someone does snoop in.
Indeed, let us venture there and make sure that no malevolent
haste.
forces took over.
Oh,
Your Grace.
Grand, now I can actually inspect the...
And watch the door!
I guess make haste.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
no.
Alice.
No animals in the zoo. I'm sad. It's okay. There is always next time.
Oh, it's you. I found the door open, and we'd just been alerted we'd been rused. Did you see anyone come in here?
Mr. Pennington. What are you doing here?
Excellent. Well, I was coming here because nobody was in the city and thought somewhere should the people be.
Are there any witnesses to corroborate your story, Mr. Pennington?
If you would have listened, then you would have mentioned that no in the city. Well, I did see someone running in the city, and Brother Dimitri at some point, but he was on the way.
Very well then. But let us keep an eye on him, just
Where
in
did you come
case.
from?
We came from the prison. We were informed that someone is attempting to break into the library, into the restricted section. It wouldn't happen to be you, wouldn't it?
I don't even know where that section is.
Very well then. We will trust you for now. Let us see.
And besides, I have a key to way more valuable places.
That is true. After all, you are in charge of the treasury.
Oh, okay. I'm a bird brain. Apparently, it's a restricted area. Okay, now I know.
You weren't even aware that this section is here.
No.
Well, now you do. Well, that puts you off the list of suspected intruders.
Oh, have you been tested by Dr. Kaiman yet?
Carmen, no. But what was the old lady's name again?
Dr. Amala.
Yeah, that one.
Has she tested you?
Not directly. She patted me down once, but not really tested.
Should be enough. Her hands have very firm and inquisitive touch.
Oh, alright.
But just in case, I would like to see you
What
tested
is
by the
it?
assistants too. I want to see him sweat. I want him to be begging for mercy. Spare no expense. We want to make sure that he truly is who he claims to be.
Yes. Especially with the matters of the butler. Anyone close to the crown needs to be trialed and tested.
Indeed. You said it yourself, Mr. Pennington. Your responsibilities are extensive. We need to make sure that you can be trusted.
Obviously, I come with marvelous, magnificent, spotless.
Yes, I'm sure your track record and your list of recommendations is extensive.
Inside.
What's the commotion?
You can go in. It's your library.
The only question I do have is why is a bed here?
Yeah, there's someone here that can probably.
It seems to be
Yes,
clear.
there-
Hello, Mona.
It's It's a dog bed. I
Jacob
apologize.
always
I
is
recently
That's exactly what I'm doing. I just find it hilarious. That's the only reason why I'm doing it.
Dog bed.
I want to
Yes,
make
that
him.
dog has a better bed than
Want to
I
make.
do.
I want to make him aware.
There's just
I
two
despise him.
separate-
Despise of him.
It must be a German Shepherd or something.
And here I thought this was the bed of Alden Bryn.
Goodness, no. It's a dog bed.
That still does not rule him
Bed.
out.
I mean, it is a dog bed after all. Bryn probably has slept in worse.
Yes, he did. Of that I'm
By
sorry.
the way, Your Excellency, how is your back? It seems like you are still hunched over.
A little bit. I can barely even feel it. It's quite alright. It reminds me to be careful during next Harvest Festival. A lesson to be
Indeed.
learned. Perhaps...
Do you require another LO suit?
No, thank you, Mr. Pennington. I will be alright for now.
Are you sure I could spare it? You seem quite in pain.
That is not important right now. What matters is that we will find the culprit who attempted to break into the library while we were investigating the potential prisoner.
I do have to say, there was nobody there. when
No. I decided against it. I like him the way he
Well, are you
is.
sure?
There's nothing pointing towards anything substantial. We must remain patient. The cursebots will eventually make a mistake. Just like they did with that one witch. Keep your eyes peeled and make sure that if anyone suspicious tries to pull anything similar, they will be brought to justice.
Oh, by the way, Your Excellency, I'm glad to see that you are no longer fasting.
What do you mean?
Because you have chubby cheeks again.
Mr. Pennington.
Ta-ta!
It could be an allergic reaction, Your Holiness. A bug could have you.
Yes, to him.
biting you on the cheek.
Well,
Or maybe we should move Mr. Pennington outside of the city if you are allergic to him, Your Holiness.
the prince unfortunately dismissed my proposal to relocate Mr. Pennington's house into the volcano, but I am still hopeful that one day he will reconsider.
One can only pray to God for it.
Amen. Chubby cheeks. How dare you,
Oh,
Mr.
who's that? Is he walking into a rock?
I think his eyes are.
Oh, alright.
Adjusting to the magnificence of our
over.
glorious town.
I don't know.
He
He's
is
probably
hilarious.
counting
I love this little feud that we have.
Counting
Okay.
coins, he will.
And just this name. Just oh, it's like worm pudding all over my heart, you know. Saying that makes me feel delicious.
Have you seen The Undertaker?
Oh my god. Do we even have him still?
Not since he did the
It's
tombstone.
been MIA for a long time. Hello Code, how you doing? Stare.
And that's been a couple of nights ago.
I saw him yesterday.
Oh, must have been soda. Has anyone seen Grand Custodian lately?
No.
No.
Oh, might as well go to his office and see if he's there.
Indeed. It has been ages since I last spoke with him. Taking a small break for tonight, as RP has been insane lately. Oh, that's awesome to hear, but also good idea. Make sure you get some rest, recharge those batteries, and return to us whenever ready. You've been doing an amazing job. I love the tests that you guys have been conducting, and Ushi is lucky to have you guys around. The wonderful assistant. I bet if people are enjoying them. Heck yeah. It's definitely one of the things that I was hoping for people to experience this season, you know. Kidnap the custodian, drag him off to the lands of Elden Lords. Oh, well, I'm glad that he's having fun. But we're gonna have to appoint a new custodian soon because he is deeply missed. I cannot do his freaking duty along with mine. And Alden is of no fucking help. How's it going, Giddy? Starting a new save for the Elden Ring 2. Defeated Quadric. Very nice. Is he not present?
I don't believe so.
Must be slipping on his job again. I will inform Prince of his failure to take care of his duties.
He's not on his office and not on his home.
He better
so
be
I
dead.
think
That is the only thing that can redeem him right now.
he could be doing some field work since he lost the assistance of Alice.
That is true. Blessings upon you, child.
Thank you.
How do you fare on this fine day?
Very well. How are you?
Another day in the paradise. Benefiting from the Almighty's ever-watchful presence. Making sure that the people of Ravenwood are protected and taken care of. Both spiritually and, of course, saved from any kind of foul influence of the Cursed Bloods. Have you perhaps noticed anything suspicious out there in the wilderness, outside of the walls of our fair city? Any more attacks of these vile jesters?
I've not seen the jesters, only that once with Jesse. Jesse.
Ah, the one from the tavern.
Yes.
Of course. Well, I am glad that there have been no other attempts to terrify you or to perhaps rob you of your hard-earned coin.
Yes, as am I.
Yeah, do tell me when they come again, because they don't have any permits to do street entertainments.
They're bandits. They're not seeking permission. They are not seeking acknowledgement or validation. They are doing it as a crime.
That only means tax evasion is one of the crimes.
Yes, we can certainly add that on top of the charges. Be that as it may, the punishment is still pyre or extensive torture. Their choice in this regard.
If you, Persephone, if you allow me to ask, I've been passing by your home and I seem been missing most of the people. I take it that everyone is safe?
Yes. They are. I have not seen Sage in a while. Agnes is sleeping more. It's understandable. She has a pain in her side. And
Sage, is that the one who often seeks detailed permissions and the one who what is that hobby that she mentioned? Science. Is that the one?
I do believe so.
Ah, yes. Well, she's probably sleeping in a library or something, just covered in books. Might as well check for her there. You know, these people and their hobbies. They fall into it like one falls into a lake. You better help them not to drown before it's too late.
I take it that the old lady Agnes, or the farmer, is doing all right.
Yes, she is. She has a pain in her side that makes it very uncomfortable to be in one place for a while.
It's quite all right. I understand that.
Indeed. Well, I must continue with my duties. I do believe there is still one person I promised the opportunity to confess his sins.
Indeed. If there is your flock needs your attention more, I can wait.
Fear not, my son. Right now you have all my attention. It was a pleasure to see you, Miss Persephone. I do hope that you will have a wonderful day.
You as well, Bishop.
Should better the taxman also.
If you excuse me,
He
my
has
lady.
a wife to nag him.
Of course.
That's a good idea. We need to wed him to a witch, and then he could be guilty by proxy, by association. Oh, it's drawing him. It's like a magnet, pulling him in. Well, he must resist. Nag, not hack. Why not both? Married to the job, heck yeah. A hack by day and a beauty by night. So basically like me IRL. Up on the streets, snack in the sheets. Ooh. Like where this is going. Is he there? Peace be with you. You have come to a sacred place of reflection and redemption. Speak freely, for the Lord hears all.
Forgive me, Father, because I have sinned. I did something that many people may consider repugnant and evil. But the rage got the best over me, Your Holiness.
What have you done, my child?
I am not sure if you remember of the curse blood that was killed when we buried the people on that town.
Indeed, I do remember. I struck him down myself with my mace.
Well, and after that, when I returned in patrol and see his body still cold there, something come over me and made me anger of all the evil things that man could have done. And I think leaving his intact body and his suffering to be done so quickly was too much of a blessing to such an evil creature. So I, in a fit of rage, draw my sword and dismembered the body.
Desecration.
I pick up his head, cut it down, and carved holy symbols all over. As I was planning to take it into a pike to put it on the middle of the northern lands near the lake and the frozen lake, I lost the head and I am not sure what happened to it.
Desecration.
I just hope that didn't create a confusion.
Use these
to
pauses.
anyone.
I understand, my child. Desecration of a body is truly a sin, most heinous. However, this only applies to a human body. If what you say is true and you committed these atrocious acts upon the devil's spawn that was this cursed blood, then you have nothing to apologize for. Yes, you may have acted with fury, but it was divine fury and righteousness bestowed upon you from God himself to make sure that no one else would dare to steep as low as this cursed blood, to attack the Bishop of Ravenwood in his own confessional booth. This cursed blood deserved what happened to him, both from my hand when I ended his life, and from yours when you used his heinous body as an example.
Thank you for your understanding, Bishop. I know these feelings just diminished my soul and my appearance before God, but these creatures doesn't deserve any blessings or having pardon.
Indeed.
Not even a full body or a full resting place. They should be quartered, destroyed, and made examples to the others to learn. Only those that repent when they discover these evil blessings should be allowed to have a proper funeral, since they are not as tainted as the ones that dwell on these arts for years.
Yes, what you provided him was nothing but a simple taste of the tortures to come whenever his soul eventually ends up in hell where it belongs. That is a place of eternal torture and suffering. And this is exactly what he will experience. He will be continuously dismembered, tortured. That is his fate. That is the only way how his soul can be cleansed. This may take eternity, but such is the fate he has chosen.
Indeed, as soon as he discovers his taintness, he should have done the best thing that he could, and his own self. Instead, he lingered for ages, almost eons probably, preying on the good people of Ravenflock.
Indeed. At the end of the day,
And
justice was done.
Over this direction?
Well, that's not the only sin I have committed, Bishop. I have attacked people that used some sort of look like magic, but I could not confirm it. So, unless I'm sure it was a witch, I wish to ask you for your forgiveness, in case it wasn't, and I commit a grave mistake of wounding someone that should not be wounded.
Tell me more, my son. Have you actually killed them, or have you simply chased them off with your righteous wrath?
Oh, I didn't hurt it. But there was an explosion. Not sure if it was created by a magic or was created by simply someone putting fire on oil. and something else happened. But I chased that person after cutting a small cut on one arm. But that person just ran away. Not even screaming, but I didn't seen it after it, or I had not seen it before. So I am not sure, Your Holiness. That person is still definitely alive, but I'm not sure if I hurt someone that shouldn't be hurted.
I understand, my child. And it does seem to me like you have done the best you could have in that difficult situation. God does not smile upon those who show inaction. God does not grace those who are without resolve. What you showed was true faith and courage. At the end of the day, God eventually is in charge of deciding whether someone is guilty or not. All we can do is to provide them with an opportunity to show their character, to prove whether they are to be feared, whether they are to be embraced. Everyone has a chance to acknowledge who they are. Honesty and truth will always be the right decision. And it will always be rewarded when one decides to lie, cover their identity, and use this opportunity to commit harm upon others. That is a one-way ticket to hell. No one can punish you, no one can resent you, and no one can hold it against you for being overzealous in your duties to protect the people of Ravenwood.
I try to protect everyone as much as I can, but I feel that with all these betrayals, all these changings, pardon my bluntness, Your Holiness, but I believe you should pick up the Holy Cross and guide us on a crusade against these creatures. A hunter, scour all the lands for the homes of these unclean and burn it to the ground.
I truly pray for the opportunity to do so, my son. Alas, in order for me to do that, I must be certain where my enemy is, where their den of evil is, and where we can send our armies towards. I cannot form an army and send them on a wild goose chase. An army demands a target. It requires purpose. And once that aim, the direction is provided, once the Curseblots make a mistake and give us an opportunity to strike, then we will not hesitate. We will form a cross, and we will deliver it directly in the heart of their den of evil.
I only hope my eyes will allow me to see that. And one last thing, Your Holiness. Besides my failings as to maintain everyone protected outside of the city, I feel rage against the former Inquisitors. Their lack of respect for you and for the Prince, trying to demand things that they should not ask and don't have the authority to demand, just because they could not maintain the fortitude and the control to do what they swear to do. I felt the rage that if wasn't your calmness beside it, I welled straight up struck one of them down as he was demanding and insisting in destroying every order that came to help us.
Yes,
My lack of control of these things is what worries me, Bishop, and it was. I ask for forgiveness for these thoughts cross my mind to fall into sin of rage and blinded rage.
I understand, my son. And to be perfectly honest, both of us should pray together for forgiveness. For I have also combated with vengeful thoughts, thoughts of anger, vengeance, and justice. I do not condone actions of disobedience. I cannot. The church does not. I often feel like perhaps I was too kind. Too.
No, Your Holiness. You lead us to a path of good enlightenment. It's our failings of not taking the truths and the blessings that you give us, the path that you guide us in the name of God.
Yes.
There is not. You are the mouth of God in these lands, this representative. We should bow and obey to the words that you say. But these people just want their own gain. They want to control what they cannot, and they want to dominate what they should not even think about it. This is what rages me.
Yes, indeed, my son, and I feel the same. But it was only because of you and the rest of the people of Ravenwood that I found enough courage and strength to do what must be done, which is, of course, to protect the people of Ravenwood, to ensure their prosperous future, and to ensure the destruction of Cursebloods. On our own terms, not on theirs. We have been here this entire time, battling them. They only arrived shortly, they do not understand, they do not know, and they are in no way in position to make any kind of demands of the church, of the prince, or of any of us. If they are unable to pass and maintain their oath for longer than a day, then they have no honor, and they need to be treated as such, for they are wild beasts who can have purpose, but uncontrolled they are dangerous.
This is one of the reasons why I never volunteer to be part of the Inquisitors. I fear that my rage and my devotion to God, the Church, and to the Bishop that represents it
Gets into everything.
will get
Well, no, it is,
the
if you are
better of
able to,
me over
I've
the
been sort
duties
of looking for books
of
and research notes regarding the
Inquisition.
town's
Yes,
history,
indeed.
more or less, how far back it goes, and in the
Be that as it
information
may, that
on any
matter
mention
is
of
now
something
settled.
the Order
However,
Armor.
personally, I will only deem it settled once their heads are rolling on the ground, separated from their bodies. That is the justice that God requires of us, to make sure that the victims of their menace will be properly punished, and then God can sort them out however he sees fit in the afterlife.
God judges all.
That he does, and he forgives you for your sins on this day, my son. Walk with peace, and ensure that you praise him with your actions every day, and he will shine his divine light upon you and provide you guidance.
Thank you, Bishop. I only hope that God allows me to survive this, and let me, after this land be cleansed of all the unclean, let me return to my home to separate my treacherous body head from his shoulders.
Oh boy. Amen.
If you excuse me, Bishop, I thank you for your blessings. I will go take a pray.
I don't know, but don't ask me. I'm scared as you are. Yes, be at peace, my child. Like, I don't know what's going on. Is he like threatening to separate his own body? Like, I don't know. Just like, yeah, sure. Bye. Bishop. Oh, some of these confessions are hilarious. They are fun, they're lighthearted. Others are extremely serious and dark. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just doing my job, you know. I just want a cake. Just one. Or 10. And some cupcakes, you know, and like a nice pancake. Or just like a nice tiramisu, you know, just like, oh, cookies. Just warm bread, you know. So maybe some jam. Someone get this man a cake. Oh well. We have our penance. Is there someone else? Nope. You're really, I know it. You're doing a great job. I'm just kind of OC being like, must be hard being a priest, IRL. Alright, let's go for a nice calm little walk, you know, where we just enjoy the breeze and silence, the spoils of our town.
This one?
We're just gonna ignore that.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't even see it right now because it looks like a tree.
Curious to see if Miss Roslyn is gonna assault us with her goodies.
Around the area, which I started to do, and then I came across an old site. There was a tree that I never planted that just is growing. I'd never seen it there before.
Sort of miracle of life tree.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it certainly is a full-size tree that I never saw in the place that it was before.
Oh, greetings, His Holiness.
May the Lord's mercy and grace fill your hearts. How do you fare on this fine day?
I'm faring well, sir. And yourself?
Couldn't be better. Just took care of a few confessions. Made sure that the people of Ravenwood are protected from any kind of attackers. And now I am enjoying a nice walk in the middle of the town. I apologize if I interrupted your conversation.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine. It's not really all that private, to be fair.
How's your back? You still look a little crooked, if you don't mind me saying so.
Oh, it's just nothing really. It is just a reminder that actions have consequences, and I have certainly learned my lesson when it comes to apple bobbing.
Well, you do seem to be standing a bit straighter. Are you starting to feel better?
Yes, of course. The penance that I took upon myself to hold to certainly helped cleansing my body by avoiding any excessive consumption of food has been miraculous, to say the least, in my recovery and my soul.
But you are still eating at least something, yes?
Yes, of course. I had a dandelion yesterday. It was rather exhilarating.
I can highly recommend those gem-filled bagels.
Indeed. God be
You had a
praised.
what yesterday?
A dandelion.
Was it the last one of the season?
There seemed to be a few. It was rather bitter, but I could feel the nutrients oozing through my soul.
They just got a
Tell me
shipment of
the
fresh
truth.
apples at the tavern.
Well, if perhaps my brother was around, I could inspect those, but I have not seen him in a while. Has anyone seen Bryn? Alden Bryn?
Yesterday.
Piece of lettuce.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday.
He did go with you in the convention booth.
Well, that is true indeed, but that didn't count, for I cannot use that as an official encounter. Whatever happens in the confessional booth might as well never happen.
Right. I need to get back to work.
Did you say cake? Oh, get. Right, of course. My apologies.
She was not suggesting
Yeah.
making some cake for you in the confession booth so that it never happened.
Although, if you're wanting cake, we do have cake baked every morning.
Right, of course. That is wonderful news. Good to hear. The people of Ravenwood must be overjoyed by this good news.
Maybe have some carrot cake. That counts as a vegetable, doesn't it?
Do you think you could perhaps make a new cake mix and name it after the bishop?
No, that is not
Like a
necessary.
special bishop cake.
I'm sure Miss Roslyn has enough on her plate, to say the least. She is extremely busy with many of her tasks involving all sorts of other things than to name some of her treats after my humble self.
Yes, all the bushes need to be trimmed. I don't like any of them.
Speaking
they are
of
dangerous and they might hold
tasks,
the weight. Thank you.
Sir, I actually.
I was
wanted to
wondering
ask
where I could put the food donations.
Ah, yes, Sister Desiree, just in time. Please do take care of this delivery. Miss Roslyn over here is, of course, the one I told you about, and I should go be as far from the church as possible. I have been going a bit too hard on all the confessions. Please do take care of this, and I will go do something extremely important and
elsewhere,
churchy
Fuck.
elsewhere.
Yes, I do that. Totally.
Thank you. All hail the
What a
prince,
test.
for he
And- oh,
requires
yes,
my
I wanna
attention right
commission
now.
a cake.
I am on my way, good
What?
prince.
Oh.
How
okay.
can I be of
Yes, I want a
assistance?
cake that is as big as the door.
You should
Have
take
you
her
inspected
to
all the
dinner,
bushes
dude.
today?
Yes,
Around the
truly.
church, of course.
An important task, worthy of my highest concern.
Right, of course. Yes, you need to make sure that the bushes around your church are thoroughly inspected.
Which
Indeed.
was what I was about to do, sir. The question of the issue that I have at hand was, I noticed there was a tree that was fully grown that I'd never noticed before in my time living here in Ravenwood. There's also a large slew of bushes that I've never tended to. I just was seeking your permission to remove them, sir.
And where are these, out of curiosity? I don't actually know of this.
Do you know where the well is
Wow.
located, sir?
Lettuce is great. How dare you?
Well, that you mean that well over there?
Unless it's one of those bitter ones.
Yes, the well that's tucked in the little alleyway there. It'll be off to the right.
Oh, well, I have no knowledge of it, so feel free to, if it doesn't satisfy the beautifying of the town, and there is a stench of foul curse blood, then just cut it down.
It just struck me as very odd since it's a fully grown tree that normally takes generations to grow. It felt like it popped up in a mere weeks.
Well, as a gardener, I wish for you to inspect it fully.
Yes, sir. I'll see to it. And do I have permission to get rid of it? It might require a stronger set of hands to chop it down.
Oh, look, a good set of hands by the good bishop. You are still well and able, right? Yes.
But of course, such an important task, I would be more than happy to assist our resident gardener with. Please do lead the way, and I shall provide you with a blessing and perhaps my sharp mace.
As you wish.
Lead the way, for as long as there is anything I can help with that does not require me to be in the church right now, I will be more than happy to do so.
Very well.
Good to see you,
this way
Bishop.
then, sir.
Good to see you too, Dimitri.
Was your prison? He checked the prison on the
Alright,
ground
Your
first.
Grace, I know you wanted to have a
stocks.
conversation with me.
Yes, don't mind you over here.
Right
It's
this
okay.
way.
It's that.
Oh right, yes, this jail. Yeah, I mean I don't know what goes on in this jail.
What is going on here?
I mean, I know
Just
what
being
happened.
dramatic.
Is someone
The
hurt?
harvest queen is attention. No, I'm being
Queen of the
dramatic.
harvest fallen.
No, that's why I'm on the ground.
Looks like Lucretia.
Don't worry about us.
is
We're
on
just
the floor.
chilling, hanging out.
I am glad you all came here to appoint the new Queen of Harvest, for our current one departed from this world. She will be
Why is-
deeply missed, but
Yeah, my skirt's doing a
she
weird
is
thing. I'm
back,
standing up now.
and as such her throne is once again occupied. All hail.
She was wrong.
All hail.
My apologies, crisis
Blessed
averted.
be.
I already took the liberty of trimming the bushes down so that they never
Lucretia,
in or around them.
What are you saying? Menno, have you ever
But as you can see here,
you
this
ever
is the
seen,
tree I
like,
speak of. This
how
has never been here
aristocracy works in like movies or books?
before, and now it's here.
You fucking kneel and kiss any kind of ass that resembles anything aristocratic if you want to survive in a medieval world. I see. That is truly a magnificent tree. But a bit out of place.
A little more than a bit, sir.
Hmm.
I think it's a hazard. It lets people climb about on the rooftops.
Fear not, I think I know how to handle this.
Are you sure that you should be doing that with your back in your current condition? I don't mind getting someone else.
Well, thankfully there is an axe at the ready, and I will do what must be done.
Right, I'll stand back.
Ah!
All hail the deceased queen.
Is that the bishop cutting a tree?
And it is done. The beast has fallen.
Fantastic. I'll get to work on trimming these hedges and making it a bit more pretty.
Yeah, the tree
and,
just fell down.
relax. And then I will do my inspection
What's up,
around the
M9?
church as well.
Thank you. It would be highly appreciated. I used to have a reliable undertaker. Alas, right now only his assistant remains, and the cemetery has not really been taken care of, as the deceased would expect and deserve.
I can to clean up the area, sir, if you would like.
Thank you. That would be most appreciated, and I will of course pay you for your services from my own pocket. How
There's
was
no need for payment, sir. I'd be happy to do it.
How was the theme
bring
park?
peace to the
M9?
area.
Thank you, but I insist.
Then allow me to do the work first and then inspect and take payment then, if that's all right.
No, it is not. You will be paid in advance, just like anyone who works for the church and for me. Thank you.
Some people shouldn't dress
thank
like
you, sir.
harlots. I would rather not. If I have something low, I would put a scarf over it. That's indecent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they just had it all hanging out.
Well,
Let's clean this up a bit then.
that's what it is. I don't know. People live their lives the way that they do. None of my business, but also don't want to see it. Like, I feel like it would be rude to just walk up to someone and then cover them up, you know?
I mean, you could try and do it in a polite way. Like,
I mean,
there's no
Alice,
cold, here's a star.
Sister, I can
Yeah.
clearly see Miss Rosalind occupying the doorway over there.
taxman.
Could you make sure that she is provided for and taken care of?
All the Inquisition losing some members and everything
I
else.
don't know what the taxman.
I believe.
Oh, you're
they are
resting.
spread too thin.
I will leave you to your rest.
My duties most of the time take me outside of the town to do the pilgrimage of protecting everyone that I can see on these villages outside.
Yes, indeed.
Is there another way to reach the church?
And I can't.
Could we jump over? Oh, I cannot climb this. No! I need to get to the church, but I need to avoid her. This is truly a trial of jumping puzzling. There we go. We did it. We passed the obstacle. You'll never see us coming. Oh boy.
Bishop, are you okay?
Why wouldn't I be, my child? I was just going to the church, as I always do.
But some people saw you jump over. I even saw you jump over from like over there when there's the gate right there that you could have walked through.
Oh, that is strange. Perhaps, are you sure it was me?
I'm pretty sure. I thought I wasn't sure at first, but someone else even asked, what is he doing? Talking about you, and we were all concerned if you were
If you'll excuse me, I must go pray now. In my chapel.
Your Eminence, I need you to...
Pray for his knees after that landing?
Yeah. Isn't lying a sin or something?
I'm not lying.
Isn't lying a sin?
Merciful Father, in my moments of weakness I turn to you. Help me to overcome the temptation of the flesh and the devil. Fill me with your spirit, granting me the strength to pursue a path of righteousness and self-discipline. Amen. And forgive me for my sins. Lying is a sin, but I did what I must to praise your name and to serve you as best as I can. Okay, we're just gonna close ourselves here for a moment. Just gonna do some paperwork. Yada yada yada. Did you see that the first ride we got on broke? We got stuck for like 15 minutes under the scorching sun, like 100 feet up high. Oh my god, it sounds hilariously terrifying. I did it. Heck yeah. I passed God's test. Apart from almost dying, we had fun. Nice. What's like your go-to ride, you know, in like a theme park that you go for? What do you enjoy the most? Like a haunted house or something roller coastery? Struggling to laugh. Was the RP dynamic between you two? Between who and who? Gotta be a bit more specific. There's plenty of people. You're the girl you keep avoiding. Oh, we're not avoiding her. She's just, we're just busy. Listen, we made sure to inform Sister Desiree to take care of it, and we are currently busy. I love roller coasters, but I'm not as young as I once was. Good headaches now.
I believe the bishop is avoiding me.
Not avoiding you.
Well, you are carrying a rather large crate of food.
Yeah.
Can we get back in there somehow? I need a bridge here. Or like an escape hatch. Damn it.
Three times.
There we go.
Well,
Lucky.
When I
Put
see
the request and it'll get done after the broken wall.
I don't really think they show up for me, like. I just tend to step in when, yeah. So far, no fights though. Only death threats, which is nice.
Just only words. That's always good.
I would not feel
Well, the
comfortable
drip
regardless
hit
if they know where I
as well.
lived. Well, I mean, never mind, they know where I live and I don't feel comfortable, so
they do,
that was
yes.
a useless sentence.
Fear not,
But
for the
they
Lord
know where
knows
I live and
all.
Oh, jeez. Where'd you come from?
He literally just walked out.
I've been
Yeah.
here this entire time.
That is not true.
Wait, isn't lying a sin?
What do you mean, my child? Of course it is.
I thought, yeah, I watched you walk up.
Are you sure about that?
He
Perhaps-
also didn't specify what he meant by entire time.
That's fair, actually. Never mind. I
Oh.
do stand corrected with it.
I apologize if I confused you, if my actions have been puzzling, to say the least, but being a bishop requires me to be in several places. Sometimes I need to take care of things that might seem a bit strange, but such is the demands that the church have of me. And I like to exercise here and there to ensure that I can serve the God's will to the best of my abilities, and sometimes I jump around.
Exercise. Oh, that kind of exercise, I was going to say.
Indeed.
But you're a nice shape. Bishop, you are a shape.
Thank you. I also recognize myself as a shape. Truly.
Of course.
Yeah, you're fairly in shape if you don't like for a bishop. Most of the bishops I've seen are these huge, bloated fellas.
Thank you.
That or skinny, scrawny looking people look like they're going to fall over in a wind.
Indeed, I have been trying to correct that stereotype, but alas, I have been plagued by the body that I inherited from my parents. This is the best I can do with what I have. It is not for the lack of my resolve, I can assure you. I have been fasting for weeks now, yet no change. But my spirit has never been stronger. How can I help you, my son?
It's besides fasting, you should also do some more exercising. Keeping you active will make you lose more of your weight.
Well, I can assure you that I have been slaying cursed bloods wherever I go with the divine might, and I have been practicing some calisthenics, jumping in several places, and it truly gave me lots and lots of opportunities to stretch my bones.
Just remember, Your Holiness, doing too much with an empty belly can make you pass out, and then may deliver you to the hands of our Lord, sooner than you expect.
Perhaps, but when one commits to penance, to break that promise would be a sign of lack of faith and resolve.
I understand, and I agree completely, Your Holiness.
So, how is everyone doing? Now that the Queen of the Harvest Festival is once again among us, I can only imagine everyone is rather pleased.
I'll have Queen.
I'm rather elated. to be in the presence of the Harvest Queen.
Oh yes. Praise be her radiant magnificence, gracing us with her head bobbing. And the voice of an angel that is currently dying of some unfortunate disease, but I'm sure that angels cannot die. He's merely testing our faith. She is.
Yes, you need water.
No, fine. You sure?
I can share with you some highland berries that I gathered on my pilgrimage. They provide me with all the sustenance, both food and water, that I require.
I'm okay.
That's nice.
I just ate something, but thank you. You're going to deny his sustenance and berry? That's...
You know what? I have a
don't do
wonderful
that.
idea. Why don't you all go treat yourself at the bakery right over there? Miss Roslyn, I believe I see her. Why don't you just eat all the bread and eat all the supplies in her pantry and make sure it does not spoil, and that way everyone can be happy.
No, thank you. I can make my own fresh baked goods deliciously.
I don't really
Sorry. I'm sorry, Your Holiness, but gluttony is a sin that I don't wish to have.
I can relate and fully understand, but others are not holding themselves to such a high regard, and perhaps to support small businesses would be an important consideration to make.
Are you looking at me? Right. Because I just ate a bit of bread like a couple of minutes ago. I'm alright.
Is it a matter of a coin, for I can sponsor your efforts in this
No,
worthwhile
I
journey?
think someone who's been carefully fasting will understand how having just eaten something, I don't want to eat no more.
Of
It's
course.
not right away.
I understand.
It was some good honey bread though, cool.
So on second thought, Bishop, if you are sponsoring, I will take coin to go buy baked goods.
Wonderful. Buy as much as you can. All of it, preferably. How much is it? You know what? Let me just give you all I have.
Make sure you bring some back to the bishop specifically. I feel like he is wanting some as well.
Unfortunately, I must depart. For
I will spend all of this at the bake.
There are people at the farmhouse that require my blessings. I will be back shortly.
Alright. Yep, take care, Bishop. Travel safely.
Blessings upon you, children.
I'll go.
You
Make
as
sure,
well, Bishop.
you know.
Sister,
Although I
you
didn't
should
see-
go make sure
I
that
didn't see Aldous.
You
around.
wish escort, Bishop?
all the
Make sure
supplies
which-
are taken care of.
What?
I was going to the farmlands to give blessings, but I didn't see Aldous around.
Oh, I don't...
No, I believe he doesn't need an escort then.
Just need to get out of here. It's too much food.
Shall we go? The crack is good, I suppose.
Yes, we can absolutely go check up. See how the farmers are doing. Can I take a little nap and maybe RP later? Nice, sounds awesome. I do like to visit the farm at least every day once, just in case there are any attacks or any kind of cursed who wish to oh, this way, wish to have conflict. Give them a chance. I don't want to just be stuck, in the city, safe and surrounded by allies. Even though, who knows at this point? I might just get my ass whooped by them. To the farm we go. Maybe we will meet Mr. Birdbrain. That was the last time we met him over here. What's up, Abe? Temptation to ambush the bishop a second ago was so high. Well, I definitely approve of avoiding any kind of stream sniping, but I also wouldn't hold it against you, especially if you're like around in the neighborhood. Hey, you know me. I do this to allow exactly that opportunity to anyone who wishes to throw down. Oh, I wasn't just popped in to say hi. Well, hello. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Gardenier and the family. Is anyone present? Just walk past you out the gate. Oh, nice. Looks like there is no one home. What is this? Is that an outhouse? Oh yeah, totally is. Alright, no one around. Love the rope. The physics. Only time I stream snipe is when I'm AFK eating dinner. This farm is so cute every time I see it, right? I love it. That's why I like to visit here. Every time. People have done such a good job with everything. All the builds. Whoop. Do people feel built on the server, just like anybody one? Yes, indeed, they can. This season we're kind of like half and half, you know. We both allow people to live in Ravenwood, if they wish to pick a house there. We allow them to live nearby, to kind of maximize their RP potential, but we also allow them to just live anywhere on the map. And if someone is running like a business or like a larger house, we will even allow them to basically request, you know, a specific caravan that would bring people via fast travel to them. Oh, something is missing here. The junk one. Let me see. Nope. Just add it real quick. Randomizer. I hate this. Alright, let's do it like this. New action. More player, and more player. Jungle 1, Jungle 2, and Jungle 3. And Jungle. And let's test it. The caravan is preparing to depart. Let's go and try it. And here we are. We are at the jungle. It is working. See, someone can, for example, you know, pretty much build a house right over here in this lovely part of the map. This used to be the Pirate Cove, I believe, and Stormy changed it quite a bit. Turned it into this lovely area. Gotta avoid the taxman at all cost. Oh yes, he's a menace. Oh, I still have the axe. Oh, damn. I keep freaking hurting myself. Alright. Too late. Found you. How dare you, Mr. Pennington. Ravenwood. Let us venture back. Whoa, what is going on here? Where's my torch? I feel like I'm gonna need it. What is going on here?
It's dark outside. I'm running inside. What's happened?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What is the
We were
meaning
just
of
reading
this?
the book and suddenly dark.
You know what happened? Thing almost tried to kill me and my family.
What do you mean last time?
This has been happening for days.
Can you hear this?
Around the city, around the land.
Show yourself, you
We are not alone.
You must be marked or something.
Happening everywhere.
This keeps happening to you, then you're marked.
Me? It's not happening to me.
They must. What if it's been happening to you more? That's the first time I've ever seen anything like this.
Hmm.
That's the third time I've seen.
Show yourself, heretic.
Oh, nice.
You must be marked. That's all I can say.
More.
But it is you're saying you might want to calm it
Um,
down. Say that. I do not want to be put in prison or something.
I'm not going to prison.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Well,
What is
there's also
you're that
someone else
guy.
that-
You're that guy.
What
Quit
is
looking
going
for-
on here?
No idea. We came to look at this new book that was found. Then darkness.
Yes, we're reading a book of fiction.
Let me see. Beyond the Pages by Aira Flynn. Chapter 1. The Princess. Oh, we don't need to
Oh,
read
thank you.
this.
Reading it.
This is obviously a work of fiction, as you said. Yes, let us start a nice fire and throw it right into it.
Maybe not.
I mean,
Would
I
you
can.
read
If
it
you want
by
to really to
Mark?
get, do you wanted to get burned? Is that what you do? You really wanted to get burned? Just burn it, throw it away.
I do not wish for our citizens to get troubled by these hurtful words that, of course, come from nothing but a creative mind of a cursed blood who wishes to sow division among us.
Understood. I will burn it. There's no place here, and a fireplace. I will find somewhere to burn it.
Indeed, wonderfully done. Another
you, Bishop.
crisis averted.
Oh, let me go.
So be it.
What was all
Quinn.
that about Mark?
Quinn. Why are you pointing at me?
This kind of thing keeps happening.
What are you doing here? Hiding in the bushes.
I saw the darkness. I went inside, but it looked like you guys had it handled, so I came outside.
Ah, providing support from safe distance with your bow. I heard that you possess tremendous skills with it. Is that true?
Yes? Who did you hear that from?
From Kale, he mentioned that he did some sparring with you earlier.
Yes, he did.
Obviously, he must have been exaggerating. I bet you wouldn't even be able to use that bow with your tiny little hands.
I can, yeah. I mean, I sparred with him and one of the Inquisitors for a good time yesterday. A good amount of time yesterday.
Nice. Well, it's perhaps a good practice. Did Kel teach you how to use that thing?
I grew up using the bow. My father had taught me when I was young.
Oh,
So
How unconventional. But I like it.
I mean, I do go out hunting a lot, so.
Well, perhaps in these dark times it is important for all citizens of Ravenwood to take arms into their hands and provide support to their town and to our way of living. Very well done. Perhaps one day we will also meet up on the battlefield and I will be able to judge your skills with my own eyes.
Hopefully one of these days.
Indeed. Well, I will leave you to your bushing. Dream. Pointing fingers. Sister, what is going on? I heard something about someone being marked. Who was that gentleman with the eye patch?
That was, they called him Quinn. But he was like, well, things happen around you, you're marked. Things happen around a lot of people.
That is true, Miss Alice. One of them.
Alice. Things happen around her a lot. And you can even say me, since I'm there to witness a lot of them.
Of course.
Lou, I forgot the...
All hail, Queen of the Harvest Festival.
My goodness.
I must take like a 20-minute nap.
Of course, of course. Let me escort you back into your dorm. Has the matter with Miss Rosalind been resolved?
Oh, with the generous donation?
Yes.
Well, she brung over several crates of food, yes. Now we just got to figure out how to spread the word that the church has it for everybody in need.
Well, perhaps a sermon might be in order.
Do you have a plan for tomorrow? You know, I was trying to tune your organ. It does sound great. You should play it.
Oh, thank you. I have been a bit rusty lately, but perhaps another opportunity for me to practice my skills wouldn't be a bad idea. I must collect my finances, and I must make sure to pay for Miss Roslyn and her donation.
That wouldn't make it a donation, but yes. Have a good night, Bishop.
Oh,
If I see you again,
Rest well, sister.
From the library.
Understood. Sister Desiree, have you seen Ronan around anywhere? Is he back up at the church, or?
I have not.
Where are you?
We'll have to go find him. I will go check to see if he's at church. If not, perhaps he is outside.
Okay. Well, I must retire for a few minutes.
Rest well and go with God.
Lord, cleanse my heart and mind of impure thoughts and desires. Help me to live in accordance with your teachings, finding strength in your presence and solace in your love. Let me honor you in all my thoughts and actions. Amen. Blessings upon you, Miss Roslyn. I hope I am not interrupting you.
No, I'm merely just writing down something that I just overheard.
Wonderful.
And had confirmed.
I simply wanted to extend the gratitude of the church and provide you with something in exchange for your generous donation.
It's... Oh, my pleasure. Oh, you really don't have to. You really don't have to.
I understand.
I'm doing it merely out of the kindness of my heart.
As am I, Miss Roslyn. Your efforts, your generosity may not be rewarded in this life. But God, He is like an accountant. He makes sure that everything is accounted for. And when the time comes, you will be rewarded for everything. I know the strength of your character. I know that's not why you're doing it, but still. I would find it impossible to resist the temptation to pay you back and show you my gratitude.
Thank you, regardless of everything.
Now then,
Do you have a moment to,
Of course.
to hear me at the confessional?
I would be honored. Are you prepared now, or would you prefer to do it later?
I can do so now. I just need a few moments to reattach the shutters.
Of course. I will wait for you outside.
Very well.
Herr Bishop,
How can I be of assistance?
have you ever heard of hex meal?
Hex what?
Hex mail, like hex leather.
I do not believe so. What is the occasion?
I found a strange note at the aviary in the mailbox. It said, instead of being addressed to someone, it simply said, let someone else read this letter. Let two other people read this letter, so they will be hexed. If not, you will be hexed within 48 hours by this letter. I tossed it in the fire, which things seem like nonsense.
Ah, yes. Cast it into the righteous flames, for that is exactly where such a prank belongs. Do not even pay attention to such cheap attempts of the Cursed Bloods to sow division among our people, to spread fear, and waste precious paper and ink.
Indeed, indeed. Have you ever seen such a vile attempt before?
These Cursed Bloods must be growing desperate with these cheap attempts. It is perhaps a good sign that we are winning this war.
Yes, indeed.
Praise be the Almighty and Righteous.
You said you gave him a letter?
Yes.
I received one as well. I still have it, in fact, because I don't believe in silly things as that.
Yes, superstition.
They're merely trick of the mind.
Exactly.
Indeed.
These things can only work if you allow them to work. Do not let these foul attempts to influence your mind and spread fear where it does not belong.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Now, Monstros, if you excuse me, I must ensure that there is someone at the confessional booth in case someone requires his assistance.
Of course, you are forgiven.
Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you.
I like how Monstros always sounds so excited. It's like, ooh. Like, she loves her job, you can see it. You can hear it. I love the enthusiasm. Oh boy, confession with Miss Roslyn. It's gonna be something. Welcome to my church, Miss Bauer.
Thank you.
And over here is, of course, my chapel. Allow me to get the door, so that I can ensure that you have privacy. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, not working. Come on, sit down. How come I'm not sitting? Sit. No, not open. No. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm just having a little snack before we start. My emotes are not working. I guess Let me just... Oh, there we go, that works. There. Welcome, my child. You have come to a sacred place of reflection and redemption. Speak freely, for the Lord hears all. What sort of sins trouble your mind on this day?
I have sinned in the sense that I wish ill upon someone.
Oh. That is...
It is their wrongdoings that make me think of such things.
I am sorry to hear that, my child. Do tell me more. Who is this person and why did they make you feel such strong emotions towards them?
The first time I felt like this towards them
Interesting.
was shortly after I let this person go from my bakery. I had spoken with her sister after they had made such ruckus in front of my bakery in the town square. Or town center, rather.
I understand.
I had received 2 different explanations for something that had happened. And in my gut, in my heart, I know them to be lying. Now, everyone has lied once, twice, maybe more in life, so I was willing to forgive them. I tried to take matters elsewhere, but they seemed to be brushed off, so I was willing to let it all go, forgive them, and move about my day. Until today. As I was coming back from bringing the last bit of the bread, I overheard you say to the group of people that you were talking to support local businesses, mentioning that someone should try things from the bakery, which I am in deep gratitude for. However, after you left, and they continued talking, I overheard Isabel mention something about if she wanted baked goods, she could simply do it herself, which is not untrue. And I'm sure she's a capable baker, as I did hire her. One, I believe, sounded like Kent. I could be wrong on that, but it was a man. I suggested that perhaps she take the money that she was given by you and put it towards her own product, since she herself is a small business owner.
I understand.
Now, as far as I know, she does not own a shop here, nor a cart. And I do believe that is stealing from you, Your Eminence.
Dang it. Well, she's not wrong.
Not that I'm saying it should go to me, but there are many other businesses here in Ravenwood that would benefit greatly from that coin. And I only began to feel a weight upon myself, wishing ill upon them. And it seems every time I hear and or witness myself things said or seen by this family of... I think their last name is Gardner. Something's not right. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
But something is not right.
My child, anger is a natural emotion, but it can lead us astray. Holding on to anger hardens the heart and distances us from God's love. Let us pray for the strength to release this burden, because forgiveness is a cornerstone of our faith. It is not always easy, but it is essential. By forgiving others, we open our hearts to God's mercy and peace. Your senses serve you well. You see misjustice, injustice committed upon those you care about. And that is something God acknowledges. And so would those, if they were allowed to make a personal opinion. They certainly would appreciate it. Alas, they currently cannot. And they must reiterate the importance of forgiveness. There are many matters in this world that deserve your attention and your just and righteous anger. But this shouldn't be one. This should be something you brush off as a marginal matter, not worth your time and effort. For the Lord grants strength and shines up their light, their path with his light, if their goals and motivations are grand. Tell me, have you ever experienced a similar emotion? Perhaps in a different situation. Have you ever wished ill upon others for other reasons?
Often, no.
So this matter must have been important to you.
I'm rather mindful of my anger, and I'm not angry with her. I'm merely disappointed that she and her family continue to lie. And I think it's becoming a problem. And by a byproduct of that disappointment is where my ill will comes true.
In that case, find solace in the fact that God's justice is ever present and inevitable, and that all those who are unjust, those who lie, those who commit harm upon others without a cause, will eventually be punished. Maybe not in this world, but in the world after that. You are...
In his name.
Indeed. You are wise to come here and to relieve your burden. For such strong emotions can often get the better of you. Or anyone else. We were given a free will for a reason, and as such, we are constantly facing temptations. One of them could be the temptation to take justice into our own hands. And it is not always wrong to do so, but there is a better thing that can be extracted out of this injustice and misfortune. You can use this as an example to inspire you, to conduct yourself in a better way than this person you perceive as wrong and unfair. Make sure that your actions inspire you and others to better themselves, to become stronger in faith and in character. I can attest to the strength of your character, my child, and to your grace in handling similar situations. And I have full faith in your abilities to do what's right.
If I may be honest.
Of course, I wouldn't have it any other way.
I fear this deception will only grow. Or perhaps it's continuing to grow as we speak. I fear that it will taint this town. You and I both know there are people in this town that are living in secret. And justice will come to them one day. When the time is right. When he bids it so. But my worry, my greatest worry, is that this deception from people like them that I have witnessed will begin to affect the one that we hold the most hope towards other than God himself, and that is His Highness. I fear that such sweet-spoken words will merely lick at the ears of His Highness and affect a whole lot more.
You might be right, my child. It is a terrifying thought, but it is a reality we face on a daily basis. God works in mysterious ways, and we are surrounded by darkness. Darkness that is creeping in. Darkness that is ever present. Alas, we cannot let this threat, this looming threat, divide us and affect us to the point where we wouldn't be able to trust in one another. Yes, the people of Ravenwood are not perfect. Yes, there might be those who are affected by the recent events more than others, who might even be working for the devil himself. But as you said, justice will eventually come for them. On the other hand, we are the children of God, and as such, this gift of diligence, this gift of care and righteous faith, filling our hearts with desire to do what is right, cannot be ignored. Anger can cloud our judgment and lead us astray, but it can also serve as a powerful motivator to help us do what must be done. Only you, my child, can decide what the next course of actions you should take to praise His name and to make Him proud. I truly believe in your intentions to help this town and make sure that the prince can rely on his loyal subjects. But right now, in here, all I can offer is to help you atone for your sins and to unburden your soul. What happens next is in your hands, my child. Know that I fully support your cause. Know that you are not alone in this sentiment. But you must be careful. For such thoughts, if expressed openly, can be met with hostility. Make sure that those you share these thoughts with can be trusted. For if one points a finger at someone, they can easily find many fingers be pointed at them in return. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Certainly. That is why I come to speak with you. I don't like throwing around assumptions or half-truths without full-on evidence. But gut feelings usually are correct about people.
Indeed. This gut feeling you described, that is also a gift from God. Yes, a part of free will, but also a connection to the divine. Our instincts we can always rely on, that we not always understand how they work, but they are impossible to ignore, just like the call of duty, the call of faith we experience. It is something miraculous that can also put us in danger. But such is life, and God wouldn't have it any other way, for He tests us every day. Make sure that these trials you go through will be successful, and know that you are not alone.
Of course. It must be because I am quite tired from baking and cooking all night, that my thoughts have waned toward these other ill thoughts.
My child, have you perhaps considered slowing down with some of the baking and perhaps try a different hobby like gardening or throwing rocks into the pond?
Unfortunately, the pond outside of Ravenwood is still tainted, as far as I know.
Perhaps you can bless it with a pebble or two. I'm sure the bishop would gladly bless some of those rocks and ensure that the pond was properly cleansed.
Of course.
No, my child, I shouldn't be suggesting such blasphemous thoughts. You were given this talent for a reason, and you should ensure that you grace the people of Ravenwood with your talents. But whenever I hear that someone works so hard, I do wish them to remember that it is also important to make some time for themselves and to enjoy the small things in life.
I merely need to remember my mother's words. Seek His light, and you will find it. He will show you the path. If you stray from it, He will find you and return you to the path.
Wise woman indeed, your mother.
She was very devout.
I can tell.
I merely need to walk back to the path.
Just remember, my child, forgiveness is a divine gift, and by forgiving, we open ourselves to God's mercy and peace. Sin distances us from God, but His grace is always within reach. Reflect on your actions and seek His forgiveness. For your penance, I recommend daily prayers. Seek reconciliation with those you have wronged. Perhaps you will find that you two have more in common than what makes you different. acts of kindness and service to others will help you cleanse your soul, despite what the bishop might say and his actions of avoidance. But that is not important. Go forth now and be with God. May his light guide you always. Amen.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Bale, it's very late. I should go to bed. I'm really sorry, but I might stop the stream. If I assist, I'm gonna be stuck here for like another hour. I'm sorry. But feel free to do it without me. Have fun, and hopefully others are available to assist. But I think you should be fine. I don't think there's like that many people on. So whatever you have planned, I think should work out just fine. Oh, it was a lovely confession. And it was definitely something topical that I have noticed. We already witnessed that exchange personally between the two. There is definitely some feud between the bakeries and bakers of the town. Blessings upon you.
And you, Your Eminence.
Go to bed. I will. I just want to do one last lap around Ravenwood. Make sure everyone is provided for. Everyone is safe. Making Eleanor panic because of being told about Kale. Talking about her skills. Try to trim down the bushes and you did a fine job. Humble. Truly wonderful. Blessed rain. Melody is angry and sad about it. Aww. Let us see if that no good M9 is around. Revenge, she planted rose bushes in all the hedges, so if someone tries to hide in them, again they get scratched up by the roses. No M9. That's okay.
Have a good evening, Your Radiance.
Ah, blessings upon you. I have not even noticed there is someone over there. How do you fare on this fine evening?
Well, still a little disappointed that we couldn't make any headway on that incident of heresy at the library.
Yes, indeed. Do you have any idea what transpired there? I heard that it was just darkness engulfing the library, and then I heard some foul creatures.
I don't know any more than you, unfortunately. It's very similar to what happened in the church yesterday, though.
I heard about that event. These foul cursebloods must be testing our defenses. And they must be finding them to be rather strong and impenetrable, for they try these lousy attempts and then they always fail. Nothing is ever achieved, for our faith is too strong, and the grace of our prince is too magnificent. For these
Indeed it is.
All hail.
Good evening, Your Majesty.
Good evening. Bishop, I know you're going to retire soon, but would you be willing to listen to conversation before you do?
Of course. Lead the way.
Unfortunately, this is quite sensitive.
I can leave, or
That is
I'm
quite
not going to
alright.
speak about it in the tavern.
Enjoy the hospitality of the tavern.
hey, stay safe out there.
Kind of a cool voice. Sounds like a video game character. Oh boy, what do we have here?
I'm surprised you haven't thrown out your back trying to get rid of the tree.
It would take much more good brains to maim me physically than a small tree that perhaps overstayed his welcome in Ravenwood. I made sure it will no longer trouble us.
Ah, that's grand. The good melodies he apparently has now intertwined a lot of the bushes with rose thorns, which is quite entertaining. Her little revenge for having to make the city less beautiful.
Understandable. Let me get the door. How can I be of assistance, Prince?
I'm going to need your advice because I'm quite troubled what I heard, and yes, the source is unreliable. Therefore, I must act. I must act with caution. I don't even know how to bring it to you other than just straight, so here goes, good bishop. I have learned, and again, this source is unreliable. It comes from one of the seekers finding a witch that spoke of this. Well, spoke of this. It was on the board of their place. The board had a notice, and if you wish, you can read it for yourself. But there is, well, there was a copy made of it. The good daughter, Arabelle, yes, I know, the one that got tortured, the farmer girl, apparently signed by her name on this board, was that she was in command of Victoria, of some kind of, I assume, binding spell. I am unaware of how it works. I don't know the validity of this information. I just know that this comes from her own handwriting. Unfortunately, because it's a copy, I can only assume that this is either true or false, so I require your advice on how to proceed on this matter. It's quite diligent that we don't fuck up.
Let me get this straight. There is an accusation about Arabella being possessed by Victoria Hexhunt. Am I correct?
Yes.
And
this
then?
note. Victoria Hexhunt is under protection and under my command. And then it's signed by Arabella.
I see.
I'm going to assume you get the right note. That, again, it's a copy, it's not the actual written notice.
Yes. Victoria Hexhunt is under my protection and command. She is going to aid many of us. Seek me if you need aid, Arabella. So the suggestion is Victoria Hexhunt is working for the Cursebloods, aiding them.
Maybe of her choice or not, and I know that you know this as well, but she was found of no marks of a curse blood by Madison and his tests, which I, now that we're speaking of being paranoid, I'm going off his reports. The good Dr. Mala says that he's trustworthy, so I am going to assume that his report is forthright. But this is all, at this point, becoming cloak and dagger.
Indeed, just because one is no longer suspected to be a Curseblood does not mean that they are not working for them. There could be some sort of a spell, similar one that affected former Captain Damien and brought him into madness. Perhaps this one has a different purpose. To ensure that victory. Good evening.
Oh, I apologize, Your Radiance.
No need to apologize. We were just having a little discussion about the weather.
Yes.
Shall I just...
Alice. Yes, please. Just a moment. I will be with you shortly.
Of course, Your Grace.
She's not aware of the... I have not told anyone
of course.
But you so far. I was going to bring the Grand Custodian, but I haven't seen him lately.
I haven't either, good prince, and I'm growing wary, tired of his incompetence. There are many tasks, many duties that require his attention. And he has been foregoing his duty for too long. If he is no longer reliable, then someone else needs to be appointed and step up to help us uncover the truth. For there are many who work in the shadows, many who could potentially be working for the other side. These seekers, perhaps it is time for you personally to promote some of them, to have a bit more. That weather truly is strong today. I do hope that those lightnings will not affect our infrastructure.
I hope not. Victoria, what brings us to us?
Well, the warden, Von Strauss, is currently speaking to Ron just out front of Ravenwood, and I knew you wanted to put him on trial for his multiple transgressions.
Yes, that's another matter, Bishop. One of less import, if you ask me. But this Ron figure has been a nuisance. It has been doing quite a bit, apparently, to antagonize our people. He's, for example, recently trying to threaten the good Alice with a note, and then he also has apparently inquired about the prison and getting a tour, as he wants to scope it out. That's what we believe, at least. And then probably a bunch of fucking other things that I forgot.
He accused me of being a witch.
Oh, that one as well.
Do not worry, Victoria. We have already confirmed that you are to be trusted. Even our own doctors deemed it so. We do not suspect any foul play in this regard. And we appreciate your diligence in your duties. I was just about to share my displeasure of the lack of competence that the custodian has been displaying lately. His absence has been noticeable. And we are currently discussing that perhaps it is time for someone to step up and fill his shoes, at least partially, to ensure that such treacherous and problematic individuals, like the one you mentioned, would be dealt with swiftly, so that the Inquisitors can take care of more important matters, like protecting our town from the Cursed Bloods.
Yes, I do believe Ron has been quite the thorn in many people's sides, and at this point I feel as though his presence has been more of a disturbance than some of the Cursed Bloods.
Then this should be handled immediately, good prince. I thank you for the audience. It has been a wonderful opportunity yet again to discuss the weather with you. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Of course, Benedictus. And I assume you're going to rest, yes?
Yes, indeed. It has been a long day. May God smiles upon you both and guides you.
You as well, my bishop.
I love it when we have a secret conversation and the people like barge in, and exactly the people we've been discussing.
Or we have to deal with Ron.
Well, I think we should have multiple people.
I do too, Witchy. I do too. For custodian. Oh, he's giving me so much ammunition to bury him and to completely destroy his PR. When I turned around, she was there. I was like, oop. Yes. Oh, the goods, the baked goods, are pulling me. It's only been away for 2 days. Imagine if I was away for 2 days. The entire Ravenwood would be on fire. People would be worshipping, I don't know, freaking flying turtles or something. Our job is important, humble, okay? Doing stuff for a long holiday weekend and catching flight for it. I know, I feel bad. Sin is such a freaking precious human being. And I don't mean any of it OC, of course, but Bishop, we started the season with a very simple dynamic. I would be an absolute shitlord to Custodian. Custodian would try his best to get on my good side, and for me to kind of forget about Aldenbrin, you know, my brother, because you may have already picked up on this, but Bishop always wanted Alden to be the new custodian, you know, and to work for the church and for him, and he wanted to involve him, you know, with everything, and he was fine, like, with him no longer being a captain, you know, because that's kind of like, you know, he's a footman, he can get killed. He wanted him to do something influential, you know, like the custodian. That's why he's been trying his best to convince Alden, you know, to step up, to fill those shoes, and he hopes that by demeaning custodian. Oh. Okay. He's doing their prayers. By demeaning the custodian, he would motivate Alden, you know, to step up. Of course, I absolutely adore Sin, and I I was trying to build up this animosity, you know, between them. I wanted the custodian to be jealous of him. And it's sad that I cannot meet either M9 or Sin on this day, but we've gotta be patient. And we are very much enjoying the RP still with everyone else. We have so many little stories going on, and I absolutely adore it. But yeah, I want to make it sure that I absolutely respect the fact that it's holidays in United States, as far as I understand, and that the 4th of July is a very important one, and people like meet, you know, with families, they celebrate, and it's almost like Thanksgiving, right? If I'm not mistaken. Now it's time for me to get a cheeseburger and settle in for anime. You dweeb. How can you live it yourself? Go to church or something. Gotta put Gabe to bed. Aw, how's good Gabe? Hope he's doing well. Why are my freaking emotes not working? What's going on? Ah, it's probably near relock. Soul leveling is good, okay. It's a big family and barbecue day. Oh, I see, I see. And it was Thursday, it's over. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, but it's a long weekend. He might have family over and such. Ah, I see. How's it going, Rampage? You need to relook to fix that, but if you do Shift R, those emotes will start working. Let me see. Oh. Okay, so these are working. Interesting. Let me see. Oh, you wonderful, wonderful human being. You saved me, even though I was actually about to... Oh, I see. Well, the relock would fix it, but that is true. I always forget that there are actually other emotes that I could use. But yeah, thank you. Oh, what? What is that? Do you see that? I was a squid for a moment. That's definitely a witch. We have a confirmation here, folks. Bishop Benedictus, witch. was it a possession? Was it an attack of the cursed bloods? Yes, that must have been it. Only because of his faith, he managed to overcome this curse. Oh, I would love to have like a cool exorcism, you know, where I just tie someone to bed and like squirt holy water all over. Wait, that sounds wrong. Bless them with holy water and ensure that the foul spirit leaves their body. I gotta be careful with. I need to do some prep apparently for the ritual. It's hilarious hearing the dump VA doing outtakes. Wakey. Can I show you a tot model I've been working on? It's in Spawn if you would like to see. Ooh, but of course. I have time. Let's see. In the starter area. Oh, that is a cool freaking outfit. Well, body. Look at that. That is definitely an Inquisitor, right? I see nothing wrong with this bad boy. Let me guess. That's gotta be a familiar, right? Legio. Oh, we got Legion. Oh my god, who is this? Wow. Oh my god. That's very subtle. I bet this is definitely an Inquisitor. It's so freaking cool. Oh my goodness. That is so freaking crazy what Todd can do. that's wow. Best Inquisitor right here. Well, I am terrified. I cannot wait to meet this as a bishop. I am death. But yeah, both of those characters were freaking awesome, for sure. You guys are crazy talented with the dot stuff. And I am so lucky, you know, to have people like Bale to just dress me up. Shift delete. Will get created in your church and wait for you. Oh, I dare you to try. I've been itching to shove this mace somewhere deep and warm. No, somewhere foul and cursed bloody. There you go. I'm too tired. I need to sleep. Alright. On that note. On the deep and warm note. Let's go see if we could raid someone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. We have Mr. Scrap currently streaming. Let's go see what he's up to. Oh, Golf John, I know, I will. Better Google more ways to do an exorcism, yes. Thank you for the stream, have a good rest. You too, Witchy, and everyone else. Have a good one, guys. Mr. Scrap is playing better Dimitri. Let's go see what he's up to, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.